This evening, find out what big shakeup happened today in the Ministry of the Presidency. Fire ravages Robb Street business. According to one local producer, the business community is crying out. But will President Granger listen? GRA headquarters evacuated this morning. In the region, in St. Lucia, Cuban ambassador to St. Lucia pays first visit to Castries City Council. Also, internationally, Donald Trump is sworn in as the 45th President of the United States of America. And in this week's installment of Beautiful Guyana, we take a tour of Lake Mainstay.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Rival Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel, as well as our website, safetvguyana.com. Join us. Government on Friday fired Omar Sharif, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of the Presidency, and appointed acting permanent secretary Abina Moore as the substantive PS effective January 3rd, 2017. Andrew Weeks reports.
In a weird turn of events, the government sent out a press release with doomsday information for Omar Sharif, saying that his services have been terminated as of December 31, 2016. Sharif is facing possible money laundering charges. In a statement issued by the Ministry of the Presidency on Friday, it was noted that Ms. Abina Moore has now been appointed a substantive permanent secretary in the Ministry of the Presidency. The announcement came just one day after Sharif appeared in court to answer to charges for failing to comply with a production order contrary to Section 26 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act. The reading of the charge was put on hold after the prosecution and defense teams agreed to seek clarification on a related High Court matter. Headline News also understands that the Special Organized Crime Unit, which has been investigating Sharif's alleged involvement in money laundering, had moved to the High Court in an effort to get Sharif to provide specific information and documents that would have aided their investigation. It is reported also that Mr. Sharif may have been unwilling to provide information and documents to the investigations as part of their probe on him. We'll keep you posted again as more information becomes available. Andrew Weeks reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. Friday morning, the usual hustle and bustle of the border market was brought to a relative standstill as a large fire broke out on Robb Street between Alexander and Camp Streets. The fire ravaged the top 2 floors of the 4-story glass-face business. Guyana Police Force Commander of A Division, Clifton Hicken, stated the fire started at around 9:15 a.m. Members of the Guyana Fire Service were quickly deployed to the scene. The owner of the business was not on the scene at the time, although a businessman who owned a store next to the burning building relayed that 3 men were using a welding machine on the top floor of the 4-story building. Reports are that the generator used to power the welding machine burst into flames. In fear for their lives, the 3 men reportedly ran away from the scene without attempting to out the fire. Firefighters were able to contain the fire at around midday. Playwright Ross Leon Saul voices the concerns of the businessmen of Guyana. In an exclusive interview, he beseeches President Granger to hear their cry. On Wednesday, playwright, producer, and publisher Ross Leon Saul sent an open letter to President Granger. The letter was sent on the behalf of Guyanese businessmen. These businessmen are frustrated with the current state of the economy.
I published a newspaper, a monthly newspaper called Unite. That's my first edition. And so in going around getting advertising, I tend to interface with a lot of people, especially business people. And I've been finding that when I talk with a lot of the principals of businesses, businessmen and so on, they have a concern and they're frustrated.
According to Saul, the businessmen feel slighted and restricted from doing business. Interestingly enough, Guyana has moved 16 places up the World Bank's latest ranking on ease of doing business. In the World Bank's Doing Business report for 2016, Guyana is ranked 124, moving up from its placement at 140 in 2015. While the nation has enjoyed a small increase in foreign investment in recent years, domestic businessmen are not feeling the growth.
They feel that they're not on a level playing field in Guyana right now regarding business overtures and proposals that are being sent to the government, and they're not being looked after urgently or being given a word or a hearing or being given space to run, an inside track, so to speak. So they're kind of beseeching the president to take another look at what's happening in this government system, because they feel that there are elements in the bureaucracy that are working to stymie their requests to get the move on, you know.
Ross Leon Saul states that it is the belief of the businessmen that the government is bending over backwards to accommodate foreign companies, but not extending the same treatment to Guyanese business people.
They apply for certain concessions and they're not getting it, and then they read in the media that foreign business people are getting, you know, things happening quickly for them. The government officials are bending over backwards, literally, to accommodate the foreigners, but locals are not getting the same treatment.
Additionally, the businessmen feel that the current system in place has allowed for continued corruption on the ministry level despite the change in national government. Coming up on Headline News after the break, central government launches the National Regional Development Consultative Committee, and GRA headquarters evacuated this morning.
Fly always. Always something new.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Friday morning, smoke of mysterious origin prompted staff and customers of the Guyana Revenue Authority in Georgetown to evacuate the building. Dozens of occupants of the building assembled on Camp Street while they awaited for further instruction. Staffers at GRA said smoke was in the building and they were not sure where it was emanating from. The Guyana Fire Service and GPL were subsequently called in. Staffers and customers were seen re-entering the building a short while after when they were given the all-clear from GPL and the Guyana Fire Service. On Friday, central government launched the National Regional Development Consultative Committee. The committee is aimed to confront the enemy of progress, the obstacle of development, and the advisory of the people. Senior reporter Andrew Weeks reports that head of state, President David Granger, said local democratic organs are not ornamental or central government appendages. They are an integral part of the national government.
The principal function of the RDCC is to facilitate collaborative management, development, and leadership across the region, allowing for more accountability, partnership among regional stakeholders for effective delivery of public services in capital towns throughout the regions. But 7 PPC opposition RDC chairperson and 3 mayors who are delegates did not show up. Minister of Communities Ronald Bulkan explains.
I received letters from a number of our regional chairpersons informing me of their decision not to attend or participate in today's activities, a statement that went on to say that they were deeply concerned about an activity of this nature. One, their principal concern being that it poses the danger of impinging on the authority as well as denuding the constitutional and lawful authority of regional democratic councils and municipalities. They went on to say that
Minister Bulkan said the statement from the opposition absentees went on to state that they are fearful that their participation will be seen as endorsing the RDCC initiative. Minister Bulkan emphasized that the committee is a consultative one to strengthen regional administration and the role of regional democratic councils. Bulkan had more harsh words for the opposition RDC chairman and mayors.
Well, on this subject, save and except to say that the arguments that were advanced are specious, baseless, and, in my view, provocative, given that these officers in particular are public officers. I do not think it is unfair for me to say that there is a certain degree of insubordination as well in the actions of these officers. Nonetheless, the central government will continue to extend the hand of cooperation and collaboration to all of our democratic institutions created by the Constitution.
Meanwhile, President David Granger in his address said Ghana will remain underdeveloped unless all 3 tiers work together, that is, central government, regional government, municipalities, and neighborhood democratic councils.
Ghana will not fulfill its promise of providing a good life to all of its citizens unless it becomes a country of economically robust and resilient regions, prosperous municipalities, and productive neighborhoods. Local democratic organs can fulfill their mandate to help the country to achieve its fullest potential. First, however, their capacity must be enlarged and their competence must be enhanced by fostering consultation within communities, cooperation with other regions, coordination with state agencies, authorities, and commissions, and collaboration with the central government.
President David Granger, in support of the National Regional Development Consultative Committee, says it's praiseworthy.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Constitution demands cooperative forms of governance on the part of local democratic organs. A mechanism needs to be created to ensure that the regional democratic councils, the neighborhood democratic councils, the municipalities, the village councils, and other regional stakeholders are able to meet, discuss, and plan for development, and thereby give effect to popular participation in government. That's why we're here today. This Regional Democratic Consultative Committee, which has been established by the Minister of Communities, is praiseworthy. It has been established to provide such a mechanism. The committees will be purely consultative. They cannot usurp the functions of the RDCs. They cannot usurp the functions of the NDCs or the village councils. They just provide a mechanism for the chairpersons to come together to communicate.
Mr. Granger commended the work of the Minister of Communities for creating the RDCC and wish it every success for the development of the country. Andrew Wicks reporting for Channel 2 Headline News.
Thanks, Andrew. According to a report in Demerara Wave, Gaisuco's top officials came before the National Assembly's Economic Services Committee. CEO of Gaisuco, Errol Hanneman, painted a gloomy image of diversification using sugarcane once cane production remains high and once the company's structure continues as present. Hanneman said such measures would be uncompetitive. He added if the company were to invest in converting molasses to ethanol, such a measure would kill the local rum industry, which relies heavily on molasses. The sugar company CEO told the committee what has been known for some time, that Gaisuco's debt stands at some $77 billion. Hanneman said there has to be a radical shift in how the sugar entity does business, saying, quote, time is of the essence and decisions are urgently needed, end quote. These words were said to the committee chaired by opposition parliamentarian Ifran Ali. Other factors contributing to poor sugar performance included low turnout among cane harvesters, no money for maintenance of company assets, and industrial actions from the early 2000s to present. He said mechanization, long touted as being the savior of the industry, would be important in the future, but there are still systems to be put in place before that step is taken. Coming up after the break, our regional news, international news, and beautiful Guyana.
Fly always. Always something new.
Sometimes there's just too much information to keep up with when you're pregnant. What you should and should not eat, what kind of exercise is right for you, how to handle mood changes, even how to determine when it's time for delivery.
Don't let your pregnancy be a burden. Watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2 every weekday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Now you can know all you need to know from conception to delivery when you watch The Baby Story on Safe TV Channel 2.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
On Thursday, Cuba's representative in St. Lucia, His Excellency Jorge Soberon, paid a courtesy call to the mayor of Castries. Ambassador Soberon says his first official visit to the Castries City Council paved the way for collaboration between Castries and Havana. CTS News Force reports.
Cuban Ambassador Jorge Soberon says his tete-a-tete with Castries Mayor Peterson Francis was a fruitful one. Ambassador Soberon discussed areas of cooperation with the mayor and members of the Castries City Council. He says the goal is to build on the solid foundation of mutual support and understanding between his country and St. Lucia, while strengthening linkages between Havana and Castries.
Of course, we are happy to continue to make a modest contribution to our friendship and to the people of St. Lucia here when it comes to supporting in the areas of healthcare and in other areas, you know, also that we support also in the area of sports and other areas that have a social impact and when it comes to development of the skills of the people.
Castries Mayor Peterson Francis says Cuba's contribution to St. Lucia is expansive. He expressed his hope for twinning between Castries and Havana that could result in greater collaboration, particularly in healthcare.
So we're looking because in our work we deal with a lot of sanitation workers. People who are basically in the gutters and cleaning and these things, and we know that. So we're going to see how we could get some help in as far as medical is concerned to these people because they are doing a tremendous job too. So, as you said, Ambassador, I'm very happy that you're here, and Cuba is a place that I look up to. It's an inspiration to me. So that's why I'm at the council, and when I'm putting my head to move forward, to do things better for the people of the city of Castries, that is where I'm going. And your country has been a very great inspiration to me.
Mayor Francis says Castries stands ready to take its relations with Havana to a new level. He is hoping that this week's talks will result in the establishment of official relations between the two cities.
And internationally, after being sworn in as the 45th President of the United States, President Donald Trump delivers his inaugural address, thus ushering in a new era of populism and isolationism in the United States. Here are excerpts from that address.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
January 20th, 2017 will be remembered as the day the people became the rulers of this nation again. The crime and the gangs and the drugs that have stolen too many lives and robbed our country of so much unrealized potential. This American carnage stops right here and stops right now. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America first. Protection will lead to great prosperity and strength. I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down. Through our loyalty to our country, we will rediscover our loyalty to each other. When you open your heart to patriotism, there is no room for prejudice. We will no longer accept politicians who are all talk and no action, constantly complaining but never doing anything about it. It's time to remember that old wisdom our soldiers will never forget, that whether we are black or brown or white, we all bleed the same red blood of patriots. And yes, together, we will make America great again. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
On this week's Beautiful Guyana, which comes to you with the compliments of the Department of Public Information, we take a peek at one of Guyana's many lake resorts, Lake Mainstay.
Where in Guyana can you go to rejuvenate your soul? What place is there that you can spend a few hours or a few days and feel renewed, refreshed, and energized? There is a place. It's no more than a few hours away. Lake Mainstay at Waiaka Village in Essequibo, Guyana's Cinderella County. It has been in operation since 1972. Yet, many Guyanese have only heard of Lake Mainstay Resort, but have never visited. With a daily drive-on, drive-off ferry service from Parika to the Essequibo coast, it is now easy to visit Lake Mainstay for a day trip or to overnight. You can get into your vehicle in Georgetown and drive all the way onto the ferry, then drive straight to your cabin at Lake Mainstay.
We offer a lot of things, overnight accommodation for couples, groups, family reunion, weddings, birthdays, conferences, retreats. We offer full-service dining, bar over the lake. You have volleyball court, you have swimming. That's the most popular in the lake because whenever you come here, the water is always fresh, it's moving, and it's warm.
Lake Mainstay Resort is a place to go to unwind, disconnect, and enjoy a sense of peace and unbroken tranquility. It oozes restfulness and is a perfect place to recharge for a return to the fast-paced living of the coastland. If you desire an idyllic setting to unwind, relax, and recharge, you're looking for Lake Mainstay, a Guyanese nature preserve.
And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and SafeTVGuyana.com. You can also tune in at 6:30 Sunday morning for a rebroadcast, and 7 o'clock on Monday for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast. Thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed evening.